Welcome to today's screencast where we will customize the workflow and menu buttons in the front panel simulator. Let's say we're presenting to a particular client that uses Google Apps. We can customize the simulator to be more accurate to what their experience with the device and software will be. Not only are we going to need to change these labels on the welcome screen to reference Gmail and Google Docs, but we're going to have to change some of the workflow buttons in the simulator as well. So to change the icons, we're going to go into the icons folder. And there's two sets of icons for the welcome screen and the workflow buttons. The welcome screen buttons are labeled Home Large and Email Large, and the workflow buttons are just Home and Email. Because the simulator will only display images with these existing file names, we're going to rename our Gmail and Google Docs images to Email and Home. This way, when the simulator tries to display the Home icons or the Email icons, they will show our Google Apps icons instead. So let's start off by changing this to Email Large Copy and Email Copy. We'll change this to Email Large and Email. Home Copy. Home Large. And this last one is just going to be Home. So now that we've got all of our imagery taken care of, let's change the verbiage on the welcome screen and labels on the buttons. This is the config.xml file, which is the instructions for the simulator, and it's how we're going to change the text. First, we need to make a copy of the config file as a backup in case we mess anything up. You can see I've already done that here, and I've named it copy of config. So let's open our config file with our notepad and locate the main section, which controls the welcome screen. It's here under Begin Variables. To change the Scan to Email description, we need to locate Scan to Email here under Description 1. We'll change that to Scan and Send as Gmail. Scan document to Gmail. And then our Scan to Home is here under Description 2. So we'll say, and send to Google Docs. So that's all for the home screen, the welcome screen section. Now we need to locate the workflow button descriptions and change those. They're a little further down here in Create Start Variables. See, it says Scan to Email. We're going to change that here to say Scan to Gmail. And Scan to Home is right underneath it. And we're going to say Scan to Google Docs. We've got one more as well. In Scan to Fax, it references scanning a copy to email. We need to change that to say Scan to Gmail. So let's locate that under the Scan to Fax variables, which is all the way down here at the bottom. You see it says Send copy to email. We're going to say Send copy to Gmail. Alright, so let's save our config file and see if our changes are showing up correctly in the simulator. So far, everything looks good. Our welcome screen is accurately customized. So let's start the demo and see if the workflows are showing up correctly. And you can see that they are. Now we can show our client exactly what their experience will be when scanning to Gmail, scanning to Google Docs, and sending a copy of their fax to Gmail. That concludes this screencast on how to customize the menu and workflow buttons on the front panel simulator for Xerox.